We are going fossil hunting today. So for those wondering, we are in Big Brook.
Belemnites are extinct cephalopods. They filled the same ecological niche as squids do in our modern day.
SciAnts. We get experimental science. We're curious, non-judgmental.
Alrighty, howdy everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are going fossil hunting today, Tippets. So for those wondering, we are in Big Brook. And this is a place where there are late Cretaceous fossils that we can sieve for. So this isn't like your fossil hunting insofar as any kind of digging, but rather we're sieving in the water. It's a running brook that we've got. And so we just start sieving through there. And as we're sieving, we're looking for, well, different kinds of fossils. We found a bunch of goblin shark teeth here, crow shark teeth, even once a beaver tooth. That one isn't late Cretaceous. That one was a little bit younger in terms of evolutionary time. And she's already hunting.
Very good at fossils. How much?
There's also, y'all, we'll take a look in a little bit once they come back, but there's shells just along the side. So if you look along the side of these pieces here, that's where the rivers and water used to be. So this area used to be totally underwater, 70 plus million years ago. There used to be all of this land wasn't here. Instead, we just had ocean. That's why there's all of a sudden, like shark bits here. Y'all, the unofficial soup is here. I don't know if y'all can tell on his t-shirt. That is the OG Antonio shirt from, 3-4 years ago. Faded, dark and destroyed.
It's well used, well loved.
But that Antonia outline is still there. So we'll see y'all if Lita and Soup found anything in a little bit. And I think Lita will take y'all down further to check out and see what's upstream. All right, so what are these?
Okay, so just by walking the banks, we have two not fully complete Belemnite fossils. Belemnites are extinct now, but they filled the same ecological niche as modern day squids. And they are cephalopods. So their shells went inside of their body, and that is the one part of them that preserves, because soft bodies don't preserve. So this is just their internal shell.
And there's sometimes, if we go long enough, it'll be hollow, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's all we found today, but we're a work in progress. So these are 70 million years old.
That you just found along the shore.
That we just found along the shoreline. All right, guys, you're going to come with me. We're going to start downstream, and then there's a big landslide, sort of. I wonder if we should go past that. Do you think we should start by going past it?
Yeah,
let's do it. Yeah. All right,
yeah.
chat. All right, guys, this is what we found. Let me show you. Not bad, right? I can do that. It actually is a bit steeper than it looks.
Yeah, put it in the maybe column. There's got to be a better one up.
No. I'm fine. I just don't want to drop stream. I got it. I'm good. Woo, look at that, chat. We did it. All right, chat, we're going to just walk the river. So what we're doing is we're looking at just stuff washed up on the riverbank. So you're not allowed to dig above the water line. And I mean, it's difficult because the water line does change, but wherever the water is that day, they don't want you digging above that. But if there is a fossil laying on the surface, you can take it. They just don't want you digging. And so you can find a lot of fossils. So you can find things just around. The fossil layer, like the fossil bed, actually goes up into the banks. So we're walking on fossils, and then up on the banks, there are fossils. If you were to dig, which we're not going to do, but stuff does just sort of come loose. So we're going to just browse. We're going to look, and you can look for places where there's natural erosion that will just wash stuff out. Ooh, Belemnites. Somebody discarded them, but that's fine. We got two. Let me show you guys where I found them. Just down here.
Ooh.
So two little Belemnites. Like, not finest of specimens, but they're not bad for right now. All right, I see a Belemnite, a small Belemnite. Let's see if anybody else can find it. Is it in view? I can't even tell if I have it in view. Yeah, there, I see it. Let's see if Soup can find it. Soup, do you want to find the Belemnite? It's a small one. You want me to grab it? Actually, there's two. All right.
Maybe.
This is the one I found initially. And then over here, there's another one. And then there's another one.
Oh, there's a number of them.
Up here. This is what Balint was talking about, how if you have a full fossil, it tapers out and gets hollow. Nothing totally spectacular, but we're not even really hunting. We're just walking. I'm hoping to find at least one shark tooth or fish tooth of some type, but we will see. I've actually never come this far. After big rainstorms I've come. Oh, I think I see a Belemnite. I could be wrong. It's not a good Belemnite, but it is a Belemnite. We'll grab it and probably put it in a pile for people in case somebody wants it. So after big rainstorms is when I've had my best success for our best Belemites, because they're just littering the riverbanks. And I think the Belemites are cool. Ooh, there's another Belemnite. Soup, do you want to grab 2 Belemites?
I see it. I actually see it.
And then there's another one to the left, I believe. Let's see, what is this? Oh, I think that this is a trace fossil, a little tunnel of a ghost crab, most likely. Trace fossils, they're still fossils. Trace fossils are, instead of the animal itself, like instead of part of the animal itself being fossilized, it's something that the animal left behind. So like coprolites, trace fossil. Most of the fossilized jellyfish and whatnot that we have, they just leave imprints. But like footprints, dinosaur footprints, that's a trace fossil. But essentially there was a burrow of a ghost crab 70 million years ago, and the burrow itself filled with a different kind of sediment and preserved. And that's a trace fossil. So I think they're still really cool. And actually that's how we get a lot of the behavioral information of these ancient animals, because it gives us information about how they were living, not just, you know, how they died. Ooh, Belemnite, a nice Belemnite.
Some really good shells.
Could be a nice one when we rinse it off. So you can see people were digging. And again, you guys know I have feelings about that, but they're also here. Like there's a nice couple of Belemnite pieces here and here. Let's see, is it loose? Like that, I think that's fair game. I don't mind. Okay, there's one here. I'm wondering how decent sized Belemnite.
Oh,
Soup found something.
got some Belemnite.
See, from all of this, though, you can see that people were digging, which I don't love, but we're not digging. We're just reaping the benefits of their digging. See, there's some right here. They're just Belemites everywhere here, you guys. Oh, sorry, you guys couldn't see that. It's just everywhere, which is cool. I love it, but
We survived.
we
made
did
it.
survive. And then I might go off for just a few more minutes and fossil hunt with my good arm, see if there's anything else I can find. So there are actually 2 Belemnite pieces here that I might keep, maybe a third, or at least that are cool enough that I'll try to pass off to people, like see if anybody wants them. I mean, they're neat ones, but this one's pretty nicely intact. Getting the long pieces is hard, and then this one came from pretty sizable Belemnite, you guys. So they are cephalopods, so they have internal shells. The rest of them is soft tissue, so they don't preserve, but their internal shell, which essentially looks like this, that was sort of in the tip of their head and pointed downwards, these fossilize really well, and that's why they're all over the freaking place. They're now extinct, which I think is really neat also. Soup has a haul here.
Yeah, I got a number of shells.
We got some good Belemites in there. These are nice Belemites.
Yeah.
When they've been washed off, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Wow, guys, I just found a really cool Belemite just sitting here. I just found a really nice Belemite. I will rinse it off and we'll show you. But so there we got like the Belemites. That one had just sort of washed free. I think it was probably sitting about where it landed. It might have been found up here and washed down. And that's why people are digging into here, because this is actually where the fossils are. But you're speeding up erosion if you do that. You are messing things up for the plant life and ecosystem if you're doing that. So we're not going to do that. But that's why people are digging. What did you find? Oh, that's a cool rock. Anya found some Belemites. I found a couple really nice Belemite pieces. This one's not as nice, but it's big, you know. Ooh. Anyway, these 2, what I think is ghost crab something, but I really need to look under the scope. And then a couple of teeth at the last second.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, right at the last minute when we were ready to call it. Got a couple.
All right. Big thank you to everyone for coming out for another fossil hunting IRL family adventure stream.